Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining our Wipro Career Hack. Very excited to host this Wipro Career Hack. I am Adam Moorhead. I work with Topcoder. So we are very excited to host the Career Hack. Very excited to have all of you here. Would love to showcase to all of you everything about Wipro. Introduce you to Wipro culture, and then also introduce you to the hackathon itself. I hope everyone has had time to register, to jump in, start hacking away on the problem. I know we announced starting last Friday, registration, and then we opened the competition yesterday. So I hope everyone has had a chance to take a look at it. And we will field questions that you may have, but I do want to jump in and introduce Wipro, an amazing company that I work with and work for, and of course introduce Topcoder as parts of this. So again, welcome to the Wipro Career Hack. Hope you enjoy your time with us today. Appreciate everyone taking time out of their busy days to spend some time with us. And I would like to introduce Siva from Wipro. Welcome, Siva.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam, and thank you, Shiva. Thanks to all the panelists for joining in. Over to you, Pavitra. Let's get started.
Sure, Shakti. A very good evening, all. Thank you for joining with us today on the much-awaited session for the Virtual Connect Wipro Career Hack 2022. Hope all are safe with good health and positive vibes. This is Pavitra from Wipro Talent Acquisition team, and I would be the host and moderator for this session. Wipro Career Hack 2022 is hosted by Topcoder and Wipro Talent Acquisition team in collaboration with Ideas ER&D division. This is your chance to begin a stellar career with Wipro ER&D services, one of the largest and fastest growing engineering teams globally. Today, our engineers are based in more than 50 countries, helping clients innovate and solve real-world problems. We are even passionate about customer success. We believe that by identifying the right talents for the right job, we can deliver superior customer experience and drive their transformation journeys. I would once again like to welcome you all for this Wipro Career Hack 2022 with great excitement. I would like to introduce and welcome our eminent speakers and panelists, Shiva Kumar, ER&D, Account Delivery Head, High-Tech Portfolio, Kiran, General Manager, Topcoder, Adam Moorhead, Vice President, Community and Marketing, Topcoder, Jesse, Senior Director, Topcoder, for this virtual meet. I now request Shiva Kumar, AD Head from High-Tech Portfolio of ER&D domain to address the audience and set the context for the meet. Over to you, Shiva.
Okay, am I audible, Pavitra? Just a quick check.
Yeah, yes, Shiva.
You are.
All right, okay. So great to see a lot of participants here. Thanks for turning in. I know it's a Friday evening, but yeah, it's a hackathon finally, and the time starts at the end of the day and it runs into the weekend. So glad to see so many people joining into the call, and would like to definitely introduce you all to what is Wipro. You might have read a lot about Wipro, its culture, its social responsibilities, but we will just have a quick walkthrough of that. Before we get there, Pavitra, you plan to run the Topcoder slides or the introductory slides about the hackathon, or we'll go with Wipro first?
I was thinking we go with the Wipro.
All right. Okay, great.
Then I can follow up with the hackathon.
Yes. So Wipro is celebrating 75 years of its formation. So it started as a humble company. You would have read that, again, as I said, you would have read about the big humble beginnings that Wipro had as in its current form, but transformed over a period of time into an IT and technology major. In fact, if you look at all the companies started their IT journey or the software journey with applications, whereas Wipro has a different pedigree altogether. We started our software journey through a product engineering. So that is a difference that Wipro has, and that is that leadership that Wipro carries in the engineering journey that it had so far, it still stays as unbeaten in the service industry. So we started transformation, and if you look at that 75-year celebration, one of the key factors that is called out as a key growth factor for Wipro is engineering, right? Now, in the last financial year, that is the current financial year that is going in progress, we have made significant jump in terms of our business and growth. If you look at the previous financial year, we closed at 8.13 billion in revenues. However, in the last quarter alone, the revenue is 2.64 billion. So if you can multiply it by 4, which forms the roughly annual revenue, it's anybody's guess where Wipro is right now. We are certainly more than a 10 billion revenue company. The growth has not been just the organic growth of adding talent, adding business. We have gone ahead and acquired many of the entities in as strategic companies get added to our portfolio. We have added a lot of new customers, either through acquisition or through new engagements that we've signed with customers. And also we have added a lot of employees during the current financial year. I'm quite excited to see how the year will close and how that announcement will go, where Wipro will call itself as the 10 billion company. Getting to the transformation, so cloud is center of all the transformation. So and most of the engineers, I mean, in fact, all of you who have joined here are the key growth of this transformation that's happening in the industry. And cloud is the technology that Wipro is also investing significantly. Now, 50% of CEOs have transformation in mind, and of course, cloud is in mind for everybody. Now, whether the cloud transformation will be driven only with the cloud-based software solutions, that is difficult to answer, but we believe, as Wipro, we believe that engineering, data, and AI forms the whole, the platform which will aid the cloud transformation, because these form the key entities which will fuel the solutions and run the future world. We are part of this transformation, and in fact, we are leading this transformation as well. And if you look at the diversity that is required to make sure this transformation happens, we are a highly diverse organization right now. We have we have presence in multiple countries. You'll see the data in the next slide. And we have remote working enabled for all our employees. 99% of our employees work remotely now, which is an achievement for us. Now, coming down to Wipro as a vision, we have been always grounded on 3 pillars, and it has shaped and structured a bit, but our vision has been constant. And we have seen that it has yielded in various successes that we have seen so far. First and foremost is we being a trusted partner to our clients. We believe the customer forms the center of everything, right? So be a trusted partner of the customer. And how do we get there? We deliver industry-leading solutions to them. And of course, it doesn't end there unless it is tied to some returns to the society. So Wipro is always committed to giving back to the society through various initiatives that Wipro Cares runs, as well as we contribute to the sustainable energy and conservation. Now, how do we execute this vision? We have converted them to our values, and then we have 5 habits that govern this values. Our values, if you again see the emphasis on trust, clients, trust, respect, and the integrity. So these 4 form the spirit of Wipro, and all our habits, which are defined, are the practitioners' view of how these values can be brought into the real life. So we are grounded on 5 habits: being respectful, being responsive, always communicating, and demonstrating stewardship, and finally building trust. I touched upon the diversity, so gender diversity, global diversity, and also regional growth. This has been the fuel for growth for us in the last 2-3 years. I'll pause a minute here just to reemphasize how we have been growing. As we discussed, we have had tremendous growth in the current financial year, and we are excited to see how this current financial year closes with Wipro crossing a big milestone in the growth plans. As I mentioned, one of the key growth factors that is projected by the industry as well as what Wipro has been investing is engineering and R&D. And I'm quite happy to be associated with engineering R&D. I have been with Wipro and engineering R&D for over 20 years and have been an exciting. I have had an exciting journey so far. What we look at, how are we going to transform into the new world of engineering? We call it engineering next. And what is engineering next? That is something which I'll explain in the coming slides. Walter, can you move to next? Okay, so engineering next is all this. So there are a lot of jargons, and I don't want to bore all of you because you're all technocrats. You really know what exactly are each of these terms. But just wanted to call all the jargons out here and say this is engineering next. So you'll see everything that is in the transformation chain is all here. And we have solutions that are in-house built in-house build that fuel our growth, our readiness to start working on these technologies. Wipro has received this first of the awards that was launched by NASSCOM this year. And Wipro and Engineering R&D is very proud to be the first winners of this award. So this was the Engineering and Innovation Excellence Award that was launched by NASSCOM. ER&D received the first of Engineering Service Providers Awards, and we also got the Service Delivery Excellence of the Year. We are also adjudged as a AI innovator for Wipro Homes. So Wipro Homes is a platform that we build internally for SRE and DevSecOps. Of course, we have a few other offerings that we bring into the table, connected products. So this is fueled by the VLSI and the ASIC design that we do. Then the investments that we do in the processors for 5G, AI, ML, and IoT. And also there are some acquisitions that we made in this area, which really fuels our growth in the domain. We can move forward. Connectivity is, as I mentioned, the 5G, BT and Wi-Fi and wireless technologies. That's where we invest significantly. This we believe will fuel the growth for cloud. I mean, basically the network growth, the efficiency of the network has to grow to ensure that the cloud takes the main stage, and we invest heavily in these areas. I'll pause for a minute here because this is where we are launching the hackathon for. So as I mentioned, I had the high-tech and high-tech delivery for engineering business. High-tech really forms the core of the embedded software and cloud platform engineering. And the hackathon is being launched to address this particular space where the investment is going significantly for the current year. So we are quite excited to see the growth that we are having. And we look forward to see that many of you join in, win this hackathon and join into the growth journey. Probably a couple of more slides. Yeah, as I mentioned, data platform and AI is the one which will happen, which will make the cloud happen, and we are invested there as well. And finally, the Industry 4.0 and IoT solutions. If you look at the connected world, if you look at the cloud and connected world, finally, Industry 4.0 and IoT, the industry. Internet of Things form the core of data providers as well as the supply chain solutions. And we are invested in IoT as well.
Yeah, the industry 4.0 and IoT is very exciting. I actually just was on a project that dealt with this, and it's cutting edge, honestly. And I think the opportunity for anyone joining Wipro to be working with some of the customers that we're working with in this space is going to, it's pretty amazing what we're doing with IoT and connecting factories and connecting data and connecting smart rooms and machinery. So it's pretty incredible space right now.
Thanks for pitching in. Can you just stay on the previous slide? Yeah, so
Sure.
I just want to highlight one more part here is the investment that Wipro has made in the 3D space. So during this process, we also have invested in creating a Wipro 3D lab where we have the 3D printing solutions available. So it's not a technology that is new to the world, but then we use it for a different purpose. So as Industry 4.0 evolves, many of the manufacturing units will convert into completely remotely managed manufacturing plants, and they will accelerate the progress of manufacturing. Like you cannot take a lot of time for changing your dies, right? So Wipro has invested in creating Wipro 3D facility, where we supply spare parts which are completely Wipro 3D printed and are being utilized in the aircrafts. So there are some of our customers, which we cannot name, of course, from the Air Force, airline industry, as well as defense, who source their spare parts, which are completely 3D printed in our facilities, right? Yeah, you can move forward. And finally, a lot of investments going into Center of Excellence to create solutions. One of the major achievements that we had was when we had our first autonomous car driven through the campus completely for customer visits. So thanks to the customer who came in, and then they wanted to see how was the investments going on for Wipro. And we had our in-house delivered, in-house developed autonomous car used for their travel around our campus. Of course, we have a big campus which can accommodate such kind of a travel. And finally, to come to the last point, Wipro, there could be thought that Wipro only works with some of the major customers that we do, of course, but we also collaborate with some of the new generation customers as well as startups. Some of the significance to call out are ThoughtSpot, Nebulon, and those who are predominantly in, say, Bangalore. You will be familiar with Ola, and Ola Electric is making a lot of strides in the electric vehicle space. We also collaborate with Ola Electric. So we bring in the perspective of working with large customers. We bring in a perspective of working with smaller customers who are making really cool, innovative stuff, like through startups like ThoughtSpot, Nebulon, and Ola Electric. And we also have investments made for in-house inventions. So there are IPs that Wipro generates. There is encouragement for every engineer in the company to contribute to IPs, which are patented under Wipro's banner. And then we also run an in-house incubation center, wherein if you have an idea and if you would like to convert into a product, there is an independent panel which evaluates those ideas and funds those ideas. When it's a funds, it is funded with required resources and also required people to make sure those ideas see light. So apart from working for major customers, apart from working for some cool innovative companies of the current era, we also have an in-house incubation center. So in all, Wipro covers all the length and breadth of all the areas that one aspire to work on. And we also, as you see, we also are invested in all of the newer technologies. So considering these aspects, if you look at, it gives an end-to-end end-to-end experience for an engineer who is part of it. Right, we can move to the next slide.
Thank you, Shivakumar.
Yeah. You will cover this, Shakti, or you want me to pick it up?
Yeah, sure. You can carry on, Shiva.
Yeah, in the beginning, as we mentioned, so if you see the third value that Wipro emphasizes on sustainability and returning back to the society. So social responsibility is kept at the center of most of things that we do. Almost about 40% of Wipro's holdings are pledged for social cause. Mr. Azim Premji is very famous for the social social cause that he carries. And similarly, for everything that we do inside Wipro, there's always an attention in terms of, okay, how do we make sure that this is sustainable? How do we make sure that this is useful for the larger social cause? I think I'll just leave the slide for Reem. And with that, I pass back to you, Pavitra.
Sure. Thank you, Shivakumar, for the brief outlook on Wipro Engineering R&D services. I now request Adam Moorhead, Vice President, Community and Marketing, Topcoder, and Jesse, Senior Director, Topcoder, to highlight and demonstrate about Wipro CareerHack. Over to you, Adam and Jesse.
Great, thank you. I am going to I'm going to switch my audio. I do want to play the video that we have, so I'm gonna. There's a thing with Zoom, so if you give me a second here, let me see if I can get this to go. 1 second, but I did want to play this. Okay, maybe it slowed down on me. Okay, 1 second. One second, everyone. Try this again. Awesome. Love that. Love the energy of that. 1 second. Just changing back my headphones. Okay. That was, I love that video. Love the energy. And again, welcome everyone. Right now we are going to jump into the hackathon. Let me just check the chat and see how everyone is doing. Okay. This is the hackathon. I'm going to share the link again here in the chat. If you have not made it over to this page yet, but this is the ongoing career hack. I wanted to cover this real quick and kind of go through what our expectations are. We also have on right now, if you happen to have any questions about the hackathon, you can post here in the chat. But please do come over here, register. I think many of you have registered already. We are giving away upwards of 20 prizes plus an additional 20 prizes after that, discretionary prizes based on how well you do and how well your submissions are. But of course, we have a great first place prize of $1,000, second $750, third $500. And then we also have, as the whole goal of this is to showcase your skills and have an interview, have an opportunity for a job at Wipro. So please do jump in and check this out. So Topcoder is hosting this hackathon. And so we are following, we're on the Topcoder website and we're following the Topcoder competition format. Okay. So in here we have our challenge overview. So this is our initial, why we're having this hackathon. So of course, if you're looking for a new role, you're looking for a career change, come check out Wipro and check out this hackathon. And of course, our goal is we're looking for amazing Java, Spring Boot, and AWS developers. So this hackathon is running over the weekend. It started yesterday. So please do make sure you register and of course submit as soon as you can. Okay. This hackathon is limited only to India. Okay. So we are obviously looking for amazing Java Spring Boot developers located in India to join Wipro. We have the highlights about Wipro and a career at Wipro. So please do read that. And here's the thing. This is a career hack. This is not just a regular interview process and offer letter. This is a great way to jump ahead in your career plan. So, everyone here, you're all special. You're all great developers. So, this is a great opportunity to, skip a lot of the steps and come right to the front of the line as it is to getting a job at Wipro. Okay. The dates. So today is we're having our Meet Wipro join us. This is what we are doing right this minute. On Tuesday, February 8th at 10 p.m. IST is the submission deadline. And then we're looking about a week later to announce the winners, because of course we need to make sure we go through and judge and review everyone, and of course make sure that everyone has completed the hackathon. Okay. So here we list out the prizes again, and then we have the actual problem statement. So if you registered a few days ago, the problem statement was not here. The problem statement has been posted as of yesterday. Okay, so please do go. It's on the main page, the link I just provided. You just have to scroll down, and then you will see that the problem here is posted. We also have Dr. Harrison Wells answering questions in the chat right now. I do believe there was a question around the front end. And so is the front end mandatory as part of this hackathon? There is a 30% weight on the front end requirements. Okay. So in this hackathon, you are required to create a service for user management. The functionalities involve user creation, user login, including session management, user deletion. This includes both the front end and back end. The system involves a Java Spring Boot based microservice running on AWS EC2 or ECS with a backend SQL database running an AWS RDS. Okay. So with any type of hackathon or competition, it's very important to read the problem and read the rules. Okay. So it's, following instruction is critical in, everything that we do. So it's very critical that you go through and read the functional requirements. And if you have questions at Topcoder, the way we handle this is you can go to the forum and you can, the challenge discussion here, and you can ask questions about the hackathon. Any doubts you have, Dr. Harrison Wells and the Wipro team is available to answer your questions. Okay, so if you have any doubts about the requirements, if something does not make sense, I think we've had some questions about AWS in there around credits. So please do go in there and check out the questions and ask questions. Don't leave anything to doubt or assumption. Okay, it's very, very important that you always ask questions and that you always are very clear as to what, the rules and requirements are of any type of hackathon. Okay, so we have the functional requirements. I'm not going to read through these. Please do take time and read through these. We have the interface requirements. Okay, we have the infrastructure requirements. We have a section here on the AWS billing. Okay, and then we have the judging criteria. So after you submit on Tuesday, we will process all of your hackathon submissions and we will judge them with a panel. And that panel will look at functional requirements of a 50% weight, an interface requirements of 30% weight, and an infrastructure requirements of 20% weight. Okay. And then your submission. So submit a text file containing the app URL hosted on AWS. Please make sure to submit all your code base for the application. And then we're looking for a video. So under 5 minutes, do not make it a super long video, but it's an under 5 minute video uploaded to Google Drive or similar to be shared. And this should, introduce you and introduce your solve to the hackathon. Okay, so your name and a brief introduction. So imagine, we're going to be getting a few videos. So we're not looking for super long videos. This is not like, keep it simple, keep it succinct, introduce yourself, introduce your solve to the hackathon. Okay. Your level of experience with Java Spring Boot and AWS, a brief demo of your hackathon, covering the requirements, a brief demo to your approach. Okay. So this doesn't have to be complicated. Super, super easy video. Zip everything up and submit it to the Topcoder competition. Okay. And that is the hackathon. Dr. Harrison Wells, is there anything else you would like to add? Are there any types of questions that have been coming in that you want to cover? Any specific topics that we should cover right now?
Right. So there was one question that was raised on Slack, and that was how many positions are there?
Muted, or I'm not able to hear you. If you. Okay, or if you can't get the audio, you can just.
We can hear you.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could hear him, madam.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Adam, am I audible?
Yes.
Right. So there was a question about the number of positions that Wipro is looking for to hire. And I'm assuming that's 40 at the moment, but like if someone can clear that, that would be great.
Okay.
Do you want me to take that question, Adam? This is Shiva here.
Are we good? Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, madam, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think Kiran, I think Adam has lost so there's some issue with the audio inside. So let me take that question. Who was that who called out that question?
So that was me.
Okay.
I'm the co-pilot for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mohit. Okay, if there are any other questions, so there's is there any weightage on whether we use monolithic or microservice based architecture? Dr. Harrison Wells, are you able to answer that, or Siva?
So Adam, there was another question which was discussed when you are not able to hear us. Do you want to answer that question, or you brought up the new question? Okay, so
Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
we can clearly hear you, Adam.
Okay, sorry, my audio when I switched, it looks like I could only talk, I could not hear. So I can hear everyone now.
Okay.
I switched the audio from the video.
So
Sorry about
Adam,
that.
while you had this audio issue, there was another question that was called out. What I was asking is, should I take that question and answer?
Please
The
do.
question is, how many positions do Wipro plan to hire? Well, I mean, we have not set any numbers as such, saying that, okay, we want to hire this many, but it all depends on how many qualify the hackathon and how many of them are quality inputs. So we have not set the upper limit.
And Adam,
Yeah, we have not set the
go
upper
ahead,
limit.
Shiva.
I was just telling we have not set the upper limit at this time.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Shiva. So Adam and team, like we have one more question stating like, do we provide offer letter or are we conducting the event alone? So do we have Wipro offer in addition? So maybe someone can take it up.
I guess I'm not following the question.
Am I audible, Adam?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
are.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this just going to be the hackathon event or are we providing Wipro career job? So that was the question we had one.
I guess I'm still not following what the question is.
Yeah, I think the question is, winners will just get the certificate and prizes, what we have, certificate and prizes, or they will also be getting an offer from Wipro.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, right. So yeah. So this is like if you win, you do not automatically get an offer. Okay. You will automatically get an interview. Right. So the goal is like, do a great job, win, get an interview, then get an offer. Right. So it's not like an immediate offer. There always is going to have to be an interview. Right. But this is like jump you to the head of the line, so to speak. Right. So win or place, obviously do very well, and of course we have additional prizes beyond the 20 if there are more of you that do an amazing job, and then of course get that quick interview and then ideally get a career offer, get a job offer. Okay, I hope that clarifies that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Adam. So
Okay.
one question we have to Shivakumar. Are we hiring freshers for this, or what is the experience criteria we are looking out for? Maybe you can take it up, Shiva.
yeah. So we certainly launched it with an objective to hire experienced engineers. So we would like to see the response, the results that come through from the hackathon, and then take a decision.
Sure. Thank you, Shiva. So Adam, we have one more question here. So is this registration link open till 8th or is that closed now? So just wanted to know from your side.
Yeah, it's still open. You can still register. Yep. So if the big blue
Okay.
button on the top right is still blue, you can definitely register.
Yeah, the end date doesn't change. The when hackathon closes on the same day for everybody, those who have registered already, as well as those who will be registering now.
Correct. So we opened registration, early for everyone to come in and see it, and then the hackathon, the competition started yesterday. The hackathon will end on Tuesday, 10 p.m. IST, and that is for everyone. So everyone has the same time frame, but anyone can still join and register right now. So like any hackathon, you can join up until the last minute, right? So It's all about what do you know, the time you have, and of course, taking a look at the problem, and of course, you know, spending time solving that problem.
Thank you, Adam. So team, you can register yourself in the portal. Maybe it's all user friendly. So with no delay, you can register soon. So is there any other questions, team? People?
It looks like someone's asking about Google Drive details. Please ask in the hackathon forum. You can ask about those details. And then I think there was still the question about monolithic or whether we use monolithic or microservice-based architecture. I think the whole goal here is microservice-based architecture. But I don't, Siva or Dr. Harrison Wells, if you want to answer that one.
Actually, it doesn't really matter because the problem statement and the requirement is pretty simple. So like even if it's a monolith, it's pretty small. So it doesn't really matter here. So there is no weightage on that.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, any additional questions here? I hope everyone's excited to jump in and hack away. I'm looking forward to seeing the submissions. You know, looking forward to judging many submissions. How's that?
So team, any more questions? Participants? You can post in Q&A chat box.
Yeah,
You can clarify here.
And outside of the session, please do ask questions in the hackathon forum. So we are watching that. Dr. Harrison Wells is available to answer any hackathon questions. And then, of course, if there's something that he's not able to answer, we will jump in and also answer. If you happen to have any questions about Wipro, anything about Wipro careers, please do ask that also. Okay. Thank you everyone for your time today. I'm glad the video was able to work. Sorry about my audio issues there, but I think everything came across. I want to say thank you to Siva for your time today and presenting and talking about ER&D. You know, this is an amazing group at Wipro, and I think for everyone out there, there's an amazing career opportunity here through this career hack. And I'm very excited to see all of you submit, and of course, you know, hopefully be a coworker with you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you for taking time out and joining us today. We look forward your great participation to Wipro CareerHack 2022. Dear audience, it's your time and your opportunity to crack the Wipro CareerHack and win the offer with Wipro and much more exciting awards too. Wishing you all success and would like to meet the winners in Wipro campus soon. Thank you, team. Thank you, people.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. Thank you.